Hello everybody, Razorcrest Sabers coming at you with an Ultrasabers conversion to CFX and Neopixel review. Before I get into it, I just want to shout out to Sabers for featuring this video on his channel, and Vanta's Workshop on Etsy for installing and doing the conversion for me. Before I get into it, I just want to give a little bit of background on this Saber. I bought this Saber as a Initiate V4 with a single LED node green and an Obsidian soundboard in about 2014, and the electronics didn't die at all. It was very strong and held up. I took this thing to lots of cons and festivals and kicked it around in the dirt, and it made it through it. It just got to the point where Neopixel has become more popular, and I wanted to see if I could get it converted and updated. And without further ado, let's get into it. So that is a Catalyst pommel from Ultrasabers and the Initiate hilt, and the original silver AV switch, non-illuminated. The grip here is actually just brown latex electrical tape that I decided to wrap around it, give it a little bit of a cheap do-it-yourself wrap on there. And I'm very pleased with how it looks. Let's give you a lowdown. Got the emitter here with a Saber Trio blade plug. The silver AV switch, blue illuminated.
Can I speak with you?
Blue illuminated AUX switch here, cover tech, and the pommel. I'll tell you, this thing is really strong. Another shout out to Vanta, because this thing is solid. Nothing shakes around. I don't have any problems with the smooth swing when I'm swinging it around. It holds together very nicely. I've dropped it a couple times too already, just playing with it, and this thing's solid. Really, no problems with it. The way I had this one set up, I requested that I don't have a recharge port put into the side. In my opinion, recharge ports, though they may seem convenient, if you're looking to be using your Saber for prolonged periods of time, you're gonna want to buy backup batteries, have them charged and ready to go. You know, and once you do that, and you've got batteries that are charged and backups ready to go, it's almost pointless having a recharge port, because you're going to constantly be swapping out batteries anyway. So for this chassis, I definitely had him put no recharge port, make it safe to constantly be pulling out and popping the battery out, and he came through with a beautiful product. This thing is amazing. Go ahead and show you what the chassis looks like in there. It is the 3D Goth chassis. It's going to get a focus. It'll focus. There it is. So it's a Goth chassis, CFX. He also has a little secondary spacer inside of the hilt that goes between the edges of the inside of the hilt and the chassis to keep it nice and snug in there. Go ahead and show you guys a couple of the fonts on this thing.
Sound bank selection. Ray Skywalker.
This one's really good. This one's got a lot of backing track to it if you wanted it.
Come for me? Why did he want to kill a child? Sound bank selection. Ray Skywalker. They're not with me.
I'm pretty new to Neopixel and CFX. The only Saber I've had before this one was a Saber Trio Neo Murat. Really loved it. I actually had to send it back for just a little bit of repairs because I was one of the unfortunate people who ended up with a CFX board that was a little bit defective. And after having this one for the last couple weeks, playing around with CFX and being new to it, at first it does seem very overwhelming. But once you start to get the hang of how the code works and how each text file is going to affect the Saber's settings, it starts to get very fun and entertaining to play around with the board. All the sound phones that I've got on here are a little bit of a mix of what Saber Trio gave me and what Vanta gave me and what I purchased myself.
Sound bank selection. Rey Skywalker.
Kylo Ren. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Out of all the fonts that I purchased recently, this is one of my favorites.
Dark side, then perhaps she will.
It's got the Episode 6 Death Star Battle soundtrack on there.
If you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will.
So, in conclusion, man, this thing is amazing. I didn't think I could ever see an Ultrasaber like mine doing all the stuff that this does. There are not many do-it-yourself commission installers out there. I actually was on Reddit and asked fellow Redditors where I should have an Ultrasaber converted, and the first recommendation was Vanta. And I know there are a couple other ones out there, mainly done through Facebook groups and stuff like that, and not an Etsy shop. So with how easy it was to purchase and convert the Saber and have it all done through Etsy, it was really a great experience. Vanta had great customer service and stayed in contact with me the whole time, updated me on photos, and let me know how it was going. And it arrived very quickly. It was about, let's say, 3.5, almost 4 weeks. Not too bad at all. But yes, another big shout out to him, and thanks again for City of Sabers allowing me to put this video up on his channel. I know a lot of people have been looking to see a review for a conversion like this, and really happy to be able to bring it to you guys. So, yeah, that's it. The Ultrasabers Initiate V4 converted to CFX and Neopixel. Not really going to showcase the blade right now just because it's super bright outside. I don't really have a lot of dark lit room in here. But yeah, there it is.